All good, okay. Welcome to our special meeting of council in person and live streamed electronically, Friday, May 22nd. Opening of our meeting is the land acknowledgement. Council and staff of the Township of Montague acknowledge the sacred land on which the Township of Montague is now located, and this meeting is being held is the ancestral and unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation. We'll have a moment of silence, please. Thank you. So moved by Councillor Johnson, seconded by Councillor Abbas, that the special meeting of council agenda dated May 22nd, 2026 be approved as presented this date. All in favor? Carried. Disclosure of interest now or at any time during the meeting. A report of municipal officers, municipal manager, treasurer, deputy clerk, some break-in Guthrie Road gravel application discussion, please.
Thank you, Chair. So I'll start off by apologizing for missing the meeting on Tuesday. Council did have a discussion in relation to a number of items from the gravel roads survey. We'll be bringing back a fulsome report in June to give a little more strategic guidance moving forward on that. But this one is a more imperative item because the gravel is to be applied to the roadway early next week. So on Tuesday, council made the decision to not do the drainage and ditching work on Guthrie, but to just put the gravel down. That wasn't the recommendation. And we just want to verify this from council, is that the intent was to, and as was presented at the open house, was to use the $38,000 for Guthrie this year to work on ditching, drainage, low-laying spots in the road, to build those up. To allow that, some culvert replacement, we have a larger culvert that will bring back something to council about, because it will be a little bit more costly. But to basically let that sit through the fall and spring and see how it works. We will need our drainage superintendent to also guide us in this. Guthrie is kind of one of those roads that's a little special, in the sense that back in the day when it was developed, maybe not the right requirements were completed at the time when we took it over. So we need to fix some of these inconsistencies and deal with them. So we're looking for council to approve for us to use those funds as opposed to putting gravel application on to actually deal with some of the issues of the road. It's not stating that we're going to put hardtop on. That's for future discussion. What we're saying is that this road, no different than Pinery, like Pinery is going to continue to get some ditching and drainage work done this year, every year for the next number of years that we've set money aside for. And I understand council wants data, but this is one of those roads that we still have to fix while we're gathering data. So this road needs to be addressed while we gather data, and we'll have further discussion on that as well. So we're really asking for you to approve for us to not do the gravel application this year and use those funds to do drainage and ditching work and build the road up for further future discussion.
Question? Yeah. Go ahead, Trevor.
I actually thought, I know we were very convoluted and went around and apologize, but I thought with Guthrie, we were moving forward with fixing the things need to be fixed. So I thought that's what we were doing. And maybe in my mind, going ahead with gravel that's what it meant to me. So I misunderstood that because I thought we were gonna do the ditching and the drainage and fix it up so that it would be able to move on. So I incorrectly understood what we were doing on my part, so apologies. Because I had thought we were going to fix all those things.
That's exactly the conversation we had with Robinson as well, was that putting the gravel on, I didn't realize meant that we weren't going to do this.
Yeah.
So apologies for the confusion.
And just for that, just to clarify, so in the meeting, yeah, because you guys went back and said, let's just do the gravel maintenance, let's wait to do the rest till we get data. Keeping in mind that so that we don't affect the budget, we don't affect the tax rate, we said, let's use the gravel maintenance money to do this work because the road's in relatively okay shape. And as we then develop the gravel road plan and make the changes of some dead end roads on the gravel every 4 years, let's be real, there's not enough traffic, not enough use. that those would come off in 2027, so we could have that discussion on Guthrie next year to say, do we add it back in to get gravel now this year, or are we looking at a gravel road upgrade policy that was discussed, that will come later, but we need to address the underlying problems to be able to do anything.
Yeah, and I thought that's what we were doing, and I just misunderstood when we said the gravel part. I thought, okay, well, you do all this stuff, we get it to where you want it to be, and then next year, the policy comes out, so that was where I was thinking with that, but go ahead, Sergio.
Jeff, sorry, and then to Jeff first, then over to Darren.
Yeah, I actually was on the, I agree with you, like we had a bit of a compliment. I thought we were trying to get through the muddy waters there a little bit, but the same token, that's great for bringing it back, because that was really sort of the thought process was to fix this. So part of that discussion was too, was like that focus on fixing the bad spots through the township, but also with Guthrie too, as well as fixing that, like working in the big, not necessarily looking at the hard clubs out of it. It's just literally just trying to make sure that we're getting the gravel roads in general, finding those soft spots, and I think same idea. If that was a convoluted, and obviously like we came through incorrectly, that's great. That's great that Sal brings that back, because the idea is to get Guthrie repaired as that gravel road. If it's something in the future, that's fine. But really, that's the goal is to start fixing those issues as gravel roads and make sure that they're drained properly and everything else. So that's good. And I think that's the direction. That's good. That's coming back. So we can make sure that we're doing that right. We don't just want to pour the gravel to it. We want to fix the problem as we go. So it's yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna parrot the same thing. I think when we were talking about it in that convoluted muddy water speak that we did, we were talking about ditching, repairs, getting things to where we're making sure that everybody knows what we're doing and why we're doing it that way. So I think there was just a little bit of a miscommunication on our part, and thank you very much for basically flagging that and saying, hey, I think you may have missed something. So, thank you.
The same as the other
Yeah.
council members, nothing else to say.
So now we're clear, okay?
Yeah, clear. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
It's not as good.
Yeah. So moved by Councillor Crabtree and seconded by Deputy Reid Carroll that council direct staff to remove the gravel road survey report resolution from the May 19th, 2026 meeting to vote on separately at the June 2nd, 2026 meeting. And that council direct staff to utilize the budgeted gravel maintenance monies for Guthrie Road in 2026 for drainage, ditching, drainage consulting, and road buildup. And further, that council direct staff to bring back a report with any additional issues that arise with the plan, financials, and timeline to address further issues on Guthrie Road, such as large culvert replacements, 2027 gravel application, and or option to hard top. All in favor? That's carried. So moved by Councillor Johnson, seconded by Councillor Abbas, that council moves into closed session at 1:53 p.m. as per section 2392 of the Municipal Act 2001 SOC 25 as amended in order to address one item, one potential litigation report, more specifically 2392E litigation and potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality or local board, and that municipal manager, treasurer, deputy clerk Allison Braken, and clerk planning manager Kirsten Cote remain in the room. All in favor? That's carried.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
Is that-